So to show you how to actually make and assemble the rice paper wrapper spring rolls, I have my vegetables laid out. I have some fresh mint and cilantro, and I have some thin My Fun noodles that have been cooked and then cooled off in cold water. So they're done, and they're done ahead of time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of rice paper. I'm going to let it sit in some cold water for about 20 seconds. Then I'm going to dry it on my towel. Then I'll move the towel so you can see what I'm doing with up against the cutting board rather than the white towel. And they're super easy to figure out once you've done a couple. The trick of these is getting them to stay. If you want them to stay, you need to keep them away from each other, because if they're stacked on top of each other or sitting next to another one, the rice paper wrappers will stick together, and then they just become really, really tricky to pull apart. It's taking a little longer than I had thought. You want it to be pliable, but not still so plasticky. Maybe my water's a little bit too cold. Oh well, I'm going to try it with this. If it doesn't work, I'll edit the video down. So I dry it off a little bit on the towel. I'm going to move my towel. I'm going to put this down on the ground. I'm going to put a little bit, I'll start with my rice noodles. And the one thing you really don't want to do with these is you don't want to overstuff them. Most people, when they start making burritos or whatever, is like put as much as you can into them. And if they're overstuffed, they just fall apart. But you're going to put a little bit of each of the vegetables down. I got the jalapeno and the scallion there. They're mixed together. A little bit of the carrot. Then I'm just going to take the whole herb, kind of alternate them. So you get a bite of the mint and you get a bite of the cilantro. There we go. Move it down to center. And then the way that I roll it up, it's sticking to the wood a little bit, that's okay, is I'm going to roll it up like that, then fold in the sides a little bit. I think I went a little bit too thick. Fold in the sides. This is sticking to the board. I should have left it on the towel. There we go. And then continue to roll, kind of rolling and pulling back on itself so that it stays nice. So I roll it and then pull back, roll it and then pull back so that it kind of thickens in on itself. And there I've got a nice little spring roll. I will set this on a plate. And I will do another one. Guess I should have started this one soaking. Get my towel back. And as I mentioned, you could put shrimps in these. You could vary the vegetables. I could go maybe a little bit thicker on that one. I have in my sauce, I have my peanut butter and my ginger, sesame oil, a little soy sauce sitting on the side. This all just was done in a blender. You can try whisking it. It's probably going to work a lot better in a blender just because of the emulsification issues. I think I'm actually going to stop with that amount. Dry it off a little bit. I want some liquid in there so it continues to sort of soften itself. And again, start with my noodles. I'm not going to go so close to the sides this time. Let's have a little bit more to. There we go. A little bit of cucumber. Somebody's hammering next door. A little bit of cabbage, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of scallion and jalapeno. Careful when you touch that so that you don't then go wipe your eyes. Roll it up. That was basil. There we go. So then I take this, I pull it up and pull it in, kind of gear it back a little bit, fold over the side. Whoops. Fold over the side. This is sticking to my wood. That's okay. boom, there we go. And then again, I roll it and pull it back, roll it and pull it back, roll it and pull it back until I get a nice, beautiful, nice little sticky spring roll. And you can serve these whole, or if you want to make them look really nice on a plate, you can cut them in half and kind of put them next to each other. If you're going to serve them right away, you could sit one on top of the other. But again, be careful, because if they sit for too long, those rice papers are going to stick to each other. So that's how you do that. Just practice with it. If they don't come out perfect, that's completely fine. Yeah, see how quickly that stuck together? I'm going to eat this for my lunch, and there you go. That's a spring roll.